parliament.
Toka enda, kuna kitu nataka kufanya hata kabla hiyo ingine. Kuna t-shirt, kuna Things collections. Kutumia sample. Enda haraka, unataka kuibai.
Gani ni 4? 4 ni gani? Huko. Ah, okay. Ah? Tunamove change cable.
Tunataka ikae hapa. Hiyo ndio inafunika once. Just in case it be better.
Basi kuna cable zingine hapo hata sijaifunguliwa.
But unajua shida ni hapa inataka 20 mita mrefu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So acha hii tu ni
Magodo. Aya. Hii inatoa nini? Nini iko na sound? Ama umechange?
Sound iko hapa.
Umechange? Umetoa size?
Nilitoa a while back.
Mwana. Hebu nani choti? Hebu angalia. Ni gani iko na sound hapo pale? Niambie.
Sound iko hapa. Ngoja. Ama tu interchange. Unajua hii ilikuwa inakataa kuleta.
Hii ndio inatoa sound.
Nini? Sound?
Ndio iko na sound.
Sawa. Ngoja kiasi, wacha tu interchange.
Wacha tu change hapa. Tuambie.
wish ningejua pia acha nania kuja kuchukua hizi kamera.
Kwanza unaona venye iko juu. Hapa juu kabisa. Haya, kwenda kwa punguza. Well. Sawa. Sasa inabaki hii ama utazimia, hebu na uzime huko kwa kamera hii 4.
Kwani hii mimi hakuna mahali na record. Umeelewa? Hakuna mahali mimi natumia sana. Sina nyongea pale. Na bado simama.
Sasa shida ni kuja. Sasa shida hii tripod nazo lazima sasa utoe nje hapa. Ndio uswipe battery.
Ni sawa. Sasa uko na kamera. So make sure tukianza you have new batteries.
Okay.
So just deal with this first.
Okay. Sawa.
So hii ndio iko na sound.
Sawa.
Everyone, good afternoon. There are more tables on this side. I can see we are all congregated near the entrance. There are more tables on this side. There are more bitings on this side. So please feel free, feel at home. I'll be your MC for the event for the next 2 hours or so, and we hope to have an engaging event. So just quickly, if anyone needs to use the washroom, they are to your left or to my left, that will be to your right, now next to the swimming pool. And for us to engage online, the hashtag is Together She Soars, together in caps, she in small letters, and soars in caps. Together She Soars. So thank you everyone for making time to come for this She Soars and Together project joint launch here at Indian Residence. To be having some technical changes. Okay. I hope I can be heard. Thank you very much. So we'll start with the national anthem. Just start at the national anthem. We'll just do the first verse, the first stanza of the national anthem, and then we can carry on from there. Kenyan. Okay. Thank you. Of wisdom, and the one that I picked today, and I think the one that speaks to what we are up to today is, I think it's one of the tables here, that little girls with dreams that is what we are launching today, that the little girls, adolescents, women, the project that is being launched today together, and She Soars, is to the women tomorrow with vision. And so, thank you very much. Thank you for saving the day. Allow me to welcome Bernard Mosetti. Bernard Mosetti is the Director of Strategy and Partnerships at CARE, and he'll give us a welcoming remark and introducing the team from CARE and the partners that they work with for the Together project. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Mercy. My role this afternoon is very easy. Is to welcome all of our partners, various stakeholders, into the launch of 2 projects by Adra and CARE, implemented through partners. So our appreciation this early and a word of welcome from us. Introduce CARE Kenya colleagues. CARE as an organization has been in this country for the last 30 years. Our work span in over 19 counties, but specifically for the work that we do under the project She Soars, which will be explained later, sexual and reproductive health and economic empowerment, is a 7-year project which will be going through 2028. We are led into this delegation by our country, Ruka. She will be speaking later in the program. As well, very quickly, Daphne Amanya. As now, we also have our procurement and administrative manager, Ernest Otieno. Welcome. Our acting program manager for Women Voice and Leadership program, again, graciously by Global Affairs Canada, Purity Wanjiru. We are also joined by our communication officer, Pauline Jadi. We are also joined today by our acting programs director, Dorothy Aseyo, and we also have our program quality, learning and accountability manager, Stephen Ambabu. And also, now the co-drivers of the project, we have our project manager, is there? Yes. I don't know why I forgot you today, but I normally remember you. But that is a chance for you to say your name. John Mireri is the project manager, also joined by Elvis, who is in charge of monitoring and evaluation learning officer for this specific project. Thank you so much. Those were the core team that we will be driving this process. We are also joined by our strategic partners today, and these are Hope Worldwide Kenya. These are our implementing, yes, led by their director, Dr. Julius Nguku. We are also joined by Center for Study of the Adolescent, led by their director, Humphrey Ivelia. Correct. We are also joined by Center for Rights, Education and Awareness, led also by, correct, yes, they've just arrived. Thank you so much. We also have government stakeholders as well, who are our partners. There is Nairobi Metropolitan Services colleagues here as well. City of Nairobi is under the Nairobi Metropolitan Services. We are also have Kajiado County government representatives. We also have Kisumu County government representatives and Siaya County government representatives who are on their way from the airport here. Those counties are key because those are the intervention areas for this project. Also, there are principal partners in this project. We have representatives from Youth Coalition. Thank you so much. We have representatives from Center for Reproductive Rights. Thank you so much. I think, Mercy, my time is up, and my work was really easy, unless there's something for the instructions you gave me.
No.
Thank you so much.
Carried out your task very well. Let's give him a round of applause. From Adra Kenya, allow me to welcome Stella Wanjao, who will also just give us a brief from Adra and introduce her team and partners who are here with us this afternoon. Stella, karibu sana.
Sorry, I have to repeat it. Our chief guest, our Excellency the High Commissioner of Canada, the head of corporations and international development, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Stella Wanjao. I'm the program director of Adra Kenya, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this very, very important function, and to introduce the Adra team and Adra Kenya partners and stakeholders. Thank you. We are privileged to have our Executive Director of Adra Canada, Mr. Stephen Matthews, who is with us today. And I would kindly ask him to lift his hard eye so that people can recognize him. Give him a clap. Thank you. He should be followed by none other than the Country Director, Adra Kenya, Mr. Nitin Papashen. Please raise your hat so that people can see you. Thank you. We have two teams from Adra Kenya. We have the Nairobi team, which is the headquarters for Kenya office, And I would like to ask the Kenya team, the Adra Nairobi team, to raise up your hearts wherever you are. Raise them high, since we are scattered. Thank you. That is the team we have come with. We are usually more than that. We also have, we can't forget the very, very important team that we have, and that is the team of Adra Kenya that is implementing the project in Turkana West and the Together project. I would like them to raise their hats. Where are they? Where is the project manager? Project manager? Thank you. He's there doing the many things that he's supposed to do. Then we have the very key participants of this project. They are at the back, but I want them to come in front, the adolescent girls who are the main participants of this project. Can they come in front for them to be recognized by everybody? Mary, bring them, bring even the baby. The baby is part of the project participants. Can we clap for them? This is a very special cadre for us because they are the main target, and they have come all the way from Turkana to show that they are interested in the project, and they will act as role model for the other girls in Turkana. In the next 6 years, there will be a difference. Isn't it, girls? Yes, thank you. In Adra Kenya, you can go and sit now. Adra Kenya, we don't work alone. We work with stakeholders and partners. Right here, we have stakeholders and partners at the county level. That is from Turkana County. And I would like them to introduce themselves very briefly by just mentioning the name and the designation. And they should be read by the Deputy County Commissioner because he's the head of the household in Turkana. And then he'll be followed by the County Director of Education. Where are they? Yes? Introduce yourself. I don't know whether there's another microphone that can be useful in that. Yes?
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Muracha, the Sub-County Police Commander, Turkana West.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Edison Nyachwaya. I'm an Assistant County Commissioner. We are waiting for both the DCC. Will be here anytime. Thank you.
Any other stakeholders from Turkana County? Yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, the protocol observed. Good afternoon. Ejehosa. Kwa Turkana, when you say ejehosa, ni kusema habari. Alafu unajibu ejehonoi kusema mzuri. Hebu mseme ejehonoi. I want to hear it loudly. Sema ejehonoi. Ejehosa. Good. My name is Eliud Ebenyo. I work with the State Department for Gender, the county director for gender in Turkana County. And it's a great opportunity, in fact, a humble opportunity for us to be here today so that we can join the ADRA team to launch this program. We know that this program is going to be a game changer in Turkana County, and it's going to transform lives of children, women, and youths in our county. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The gender is represented. Do we have any other person? Yes. Very fast.
Good afternoon. All protocol observed. I'm called Benson Ebey Ehoy. I work for National Council for People with Disability from Turkana County. Thank you.
Yes, we continue.
Good afternoon, all. Yeah, thank you very much. I think I was supposed to be with the others when they were introducing. My name is Jane Ajele. I'm the CC in charge of health, Turkana County Government, where the gender-based issues are based. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Joel Bachor. I'm the Sub-County Medical Officer of Health, Turkana West.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Emojong. I'm the Deputy County Commissioner for Turkana West.
Thank you so much, the county representatives, for introduction. We also have our national partners at Nairobi level who work with us. Please come and introduce yourself and tell us what you do. We have some of them here. at Nairobi level, at the national level. Thank you. Maybe they are still on their way. Thank you so much. I want to thank you for the introduction and for attending this very important function. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Stella Wanjao from Adra. And for the introduction, I think we are in for a good treat. So allow me next to welcome Janine Coker, the Head of International Development and Cooperation from the Canadian High Commission. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I didn't actually realize I was speaking, so I'm going to try not to steal the High Commissioner's speech. But I think what I really wanted to do was to welcome you here all. And it's a bit funny because it's our High Commissioner's house, but I'm giving the welcome remarks, so I'm welcoming you on behalf of the Government of Canada. And I really wanted to reiterate that what we're doing here and the projects that you're all involved in are really important. And I know we all know this, but we know when we touch and hit women and girls and young men in their adolescence, and when we invest in them, the world, the sky is the limit. This is where development happens. This is where investment really pays off, because so often they're neglected or disregarded. But this is a moment in time and a moment in life where we really need to empower them, and that both of these projects are doing that. So I'm very much looking forward to those. What else did I have to say here? I also want to thank both Adra and CARE, because they are very strong partners here in Kenya and very strong partners to Canada. And they have, over the last many, many years, built a very strong foundation that I know will help this project move forward and reap benefits. So thank you very much, CARE and Adra. And finally, I want to thank the team, both our team at the High Commission, our property, our official resident staff, Annie for coordinating it all, and for the hard work of the Adra and CARE organizing teams. I know they put a lot of effort into this, so just wanted to recognize them and thank them. So with that, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janine, for that. Short and brief and to the point. Thank you very much. So the county teams from Nairobi, Siaya, and Kajiado would want to take the podium and say a word or two. Could I have them quickly? Dr. Kelly from Kisumu, so that you can just say one word very quickly so that we can proceed. Dr. Mogoi from Nairobi, and Aileen from Kajiado.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Adra Kenya from Kisumu County. I coordinate grants and sponsored programs in Kisumu County, and I'm here to represent my boss, who is the Chief Officer of Health in the County Department of Health. I'm here with our RAMCA coordinator, the reproductive health coordinator, which is waving on the other end. And we, as Kisumu, are very grateful for the opportunity to participate in this, and also grateful to our donors for and we are here to work with you to ensure that the success is beyond the limit.
So good evening. My name is Aileen Sawani, a Deputy Director coordinating reproductive health in Kajiado County. And with me, I have the Kajiado County team. I would ask them to wave We have our County Director of Medical Services, our M&E officer, and I'm just here to really appreciate what the care program is almost doing in Kajiado, and we're looking forward. And Kajiado County has several challenges, especially when we work with the youth and adolescent. And I know this program will go a long way to change the lives of the young people in our county. And we are really excited and looking forward for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mogoi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Mogoi Peter. I'm the sub-county MOE. I'm an assistant director in the NMS department. We are here representing the Director Health Services NMS. With me, we are a team of 3 other members, and I can ask them to just wave so that they can be seen. I think mine is to actually appreciate that this is a very important program. And again, when you look at Nairobi, Nairobi is actually the core of all the best things and the worst things. So probably we really excited that this project will be in Nairobi, and we hope we are going to achieve what we need to achieve. Thank you so much.
I hope I have not left out any other county. I think those are all the counties. Next is a presentation from the Adolescent. John, are they ready? I think we'll do the entertainment here. They can come. We can give them a round of applause as they come on stage. Our adolescents from Turkana County, looking all beautiful and well adorned. them another round of applause, please. Thank you very much. There is one more by Gloria. Gloria from YAB.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Gloria Mogoi. I'm from the YAB. YAB is Youth Advisory Board member. So I'm going to read for you a speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to all of you gathered here today. It's my pleasure to be given an opportunity to say a few words at the launch of this noble project, Soars. I'd like to thank you for this noble opportunity. Would like to thank GAC for the support they have given us and the opportunity to take part in the project. I stand before you today as a representative of the Youth Advisory Board, which works handy with the Youth Coalition, an international organization of the young people committed to promoting adolescent and youth sexual and reproductive health and rights at the national, regional, and international levels. Who are they? Ladies and gentlemen, Youth Advisory Board member YAB is a governing body constituting 7 young people within the Soars project that is meant to center the needs of youth from Kenya, Uganda, and Zambia. It was created as a way to bring youth from the region into the implementation of the project, which is fundamental to shifting power dynamics, ensuring an accurate representation of young people directly impacted by the project. This youth-led body allows young people to lead as experts of the YAB will provide strategic oversight authority in the Soars project throughout the implementation to track how partners adhere to principles of meaningful youth engagement, build their skills on how to engage young people in decision-making spaces, and provide feasible solutions to gaps in meaningful youth engagement. Our impact: at the end of the project, we would want to see increased enjoyment of sexual and reproductive health and rights of all youth in Kenya, Uganda, and Zambia. In conclusion, we would like to thank the GAC, CARE, and our co-implementing partners, Center for Reproductive Rights and Restless Development, for the support they have given us so far. We are confident that with the support of all partners, this project will have a great impact on the lives of young people in the region. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Gloria. Let's give her a round of applause. Give me 1 minute to just consult with John here. So we have one other performance. Is it from the same adolescent team? We can welcome them on stage. Where are the young ladies? Karibuni sana. Let's give them a round of applause as they come.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, we have some young people who are here with us, and this project really is for the young people. And one of the things we've asked ourselves and we've asked them is how would they want us to give services to them? And so out here I posed a few questions, and I got some interesting answers. The first question I asked: if you wanted to find a condom, where would you get it?
At the NGOs.
Why would you go to the NGOs?
The only place that you can find a nearby place. Can you get? The place unaweza get for free. Unajua pengine itabidi nearby.
Okay. So unaenda kwa NGO ama unaenda kubai? Na kwa nini usiende kwa clinics zenye ziko karibu?
Wanakuanga na maswali mingi na youth hawapendi hivyo maswali mingi. Wanaweza kukupitisha, waanze kukupatia advice na
Sasa ungependa ukikuja kuchukua condoms kwa health facility uambiwe aje, ufanye aje? Mwingine?
When you go to check maybe a condom, you need to be congratulated mostly first, because not everybody who goes there, not everybody wants to use protection. So for the few who go there, they need to be congratulated.
I hope you're hearing them. Yes. Now, I want to, I'm looking for family planning. Sarah, utafanya aje?
Mostly watu wanaendanga, by the time unaenda clinic ndio unaendanga unaekewa, na si kuote unaekewanga.
Sio kuote? Kwa nini si kuote?
Maybe kwa healthcare facility, some of us are tiny, so you'll be criticized. So you need to look for an appropriate place.
How will I know the appropriate place? Somebody help me here. Nitajuaje penye nitaenda kama si kwa health facility? Nitauliza nani?
Maybe kama uko na rafiki yako mwenye anajua more kuhusu family planning ama anazitumia, unaweza muuliza ya kudirect.
Sasa mungependa tubadilishe nini kwa hiyo story? Hapo hivyo tubadilishe aje? Ama
mimi naona like wanafaa kutrain youths wenye wanaweza kuwa kwa hizo hospitali, kwa sababu si tumesema NGOs ndio kwenye watu wanaweza pata hizo condoms, family planning. So mimi naona like youths wanafaa kutrainiwa wa kueta kwa hizi hospitali, kwa sababu the moment mtu ataenda hospitali na ni youth au ni youth mwenzake ako hapo, anaweza pata hiyo courage ya kwenda amuongeleshe na asaidike. So utapata that akisaidika hapo ataleta wengine, na ndio hizo hospitali pia zitaendelea kutumika, si NGOs peke yake.
Aya, asanteni sana, tumeshukuru, na tungependa kuhakikisha kwamba tutakuwa tunawauliza maswali kama haya, mtupe jibu ili tuweze kujua vile tunaweza kuwahudumia vizuri. Asanteni.
Thank you very much. Some very honest answers. I hope you have taken note. All of us who are here, luckily the Ministry of Health is represented. Dr. Estella Iguru, representing the Head of Department of Family Health, is here. Thank you for making time. I'd like to just squeeze in one more person to talk for 2 minutes, and that is the Executive Director for the National Council for Persons with Disability, Harun Hassan. I'm just giving you 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much, all protocol observed. And I want to appreciate the presence of some of my colleagues who have just joined also me in this important meeting. Our DSO, or Disability Service Officer in Turkana. Away, raise your hand. That gentleman dressed in a true African culture. Yeah, thank you for the invite, and this is a very important project. More specifically, if we look at it from the context of women and girls with disabilities, on issues of access to health, reproductive health for women and girls with disabilities, and their own unique right within the women agenda is what is really very important that this conversation we're going to try to bring out going forward. And as an organization, that is what we are so much interested in, and where in future we can plug in and the recommendations and any other conversation that we're going to come out of this project. Remember, women and girls with disabilities are double marginalized than other women with population, in our societies, especially in the pastoral communities and many of our other communities. So I think that's the emphasis that we would like to see that this project also going forward will address. Thank you so much, and we are very glad to have joined you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much for addressing the congregation or the people meeting here today. There are more tables on this side, so I'd like to ask us, those who are at the entrance, there are more cocktail tables on this side. Please don't stand outside. There are more tables that do not have anyone, so that we are all in the room. So thank you very much. Next, allow me to welcome the Chief of Party, Soars, that is Rebecca Davidson, to come and give her remarks as we continue the program. Welcome.
Hamjambo. Honorable representatives of the Kenyan and Canadian governments, partners, and colleagues, all protocols observed. It's my great pleasure to be here today to celebrate the launch of Soars in Kenya. Soars stands for Sexual and Reproductive Health and Economic Empowerment, supporting out-of-school adolescent girls' rights and skills. It's a 45 million CAD 7-year project funded by the Government of Canada, implemented in Zambia, Uganda, and Kenya. It's particularly special to be here in Kenya, as Soars was indeed born here in Nairobi. In August 2019, colleagues and partners, some of us whom are here today, came together in the Care Kenya boardroom to discuss how we might meet the sexual and reproductive health needs of adolescent girls and boys, and in particular, out-of-school adolescent girls. 3 years later, here we are. The world has changed, but the need for reproductive health services and rights, particularly for adolescent girls and boys, are even greater. The impact of COVID-19 related school closures, the deprioritization of other health needs apart from the pandemic, combined with growing global backlash on women and girls' bodily autonomy, means that this project is even more critical. Our baseline data shows that across the 3 countries, less than 50% of adolescent girls between the ages of 15 and 19 have their contraceptive needs met. And yet in Kenya, 1 in 4 girls became mothers before their 20th birthday. And only 43% of girls with partners feel like they can make their own choices about contraceptives, sexual relations, and reproductive health services. In Kenya, deep inequality and the ongoing marginalization of adolescents and young people has contributed to a rise in HIV infection rates, with 51% of new infections among 15 to 24-year-olds. More than half of this group, 357,000 adolescents, have an unmet need for contraception, and almost 2/3 of the estimated 345,000 pregnancies among adolescent girls aged 15 to 19 are unintended. Nationally, less than 17% of health facilities currently offer youth-friendly and responsive services, and we heard that from the young people just now. There are significant health challenges which impact every aspect of life, particularly for young women as they enter adolescence and adulthood. Together with our global partners, Restless Development, the Center for Reproductive Rights, and the Youth Coalition for Sexual and Reproductive Rights, as well as our strategic implementing partners here today in Kenya, the Center for the Studies of Adolescence, the Center for Rights, Education and Awareness, and Hope Worldwide Kenya, we are working to both respond to the immediate needs of out-of-school adolescent girls, while working to ensure that the next generation stay in school, have access to accurate SRHR information, and have the support of their community to make decisions about their own bodies. This can only be achieved through a close partnership with the Ministry of Health. County governments of Nairobi, Kajiado, Kisumu, and Siaya are all represented here today. We look forward to this long-standing program partnership and ensuring our work is aligned with Government of Kenya and respective counties' priorities. Soars is a long acronym, but it's really the imagery that matters. We are committed to working alongside young people so that they can soar towards their dreams and develop to their full potential. Soars will work with communities to support girls' decision-making and in men and boys to become allies, working to make sure that young people get evidence-based health information and the adults in their lives do as well. The project will work closely with health systems to ensure that quality and comprehensive sexual and reproductive health services are available for young people, and health management teams are equipped and committed to support healthcare providers to deliver these services. And finally, the project is funding and supporting women's rights organizations and youth-led organizations to accompany us in advocacy work to address the policy and implementation gaps that are barriers to young people realizing their sexual and reproductive health rights. I'd like to thank the Canadian government for their commitment to adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights, and entrusting CARE and our partners to implement what is CARE's largest and longest project funded by Global Affairs Canada. Soars represents the future of programming for CARE, sharing more power and decision-making with program participants, more institutional funding with women's rights and youth-led organizations, and a deep and long-standing commitment to gender transformative, inclusive, sustainable programming so that the next generation of girls and boys will continue to soar towards their full potential. We look forward to this exciting and long-standing partnership and the important work that we are embarking on today. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Karibu sana. Thank you for your remarks. Next, I'd like to welcome Eric Wanga, the Associate Programs Director, Adra Kenya, to give us an overview of Together.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. My name is Eric Wanga, the Associate Programs Director for Adra Kenya. For the Together program, before I give brief remarks, I would invite us to the screens, draw attention to the screen so that we can have a short clip of the program. Thank you.
Turkana, development hiyo ikifanyika, wenye msichana wanasema sisi tunataka amani, kwa sababu kwa reserve unapata watu wanadhamini mifugo.
Reproductive health is about guaranteeing human rights. When adolescent girls and women are denied the right to make decisions about their sexual and reproductive health, their general well-being is significantly affected. Yet, for many young girls and women in remote, underserved settings such as Turkana County, access to sexual reproductive services is just but a mere vision.
Wakati nilimaliza darasa la 8 ndio nilipata mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Na venye nilimpata huyo mtoto si eti nilikuwa nimetarajia. Wakati yenye tunapata mimba, yaani wenye wametupatia mimba wanaanza kututoroka. Sisi tunakaa kama watu wenye tulizaa wenyewe, hatuna watu wenye walitufanya tukajifungua. Kila mtu anaanza kututoroka.
So many girls have been impregnated in the period of Corona and after Corona, and most of them are underage. In the course of last 1 month only, I have captured 20 cases, girls who have issues of early pregnancy. Most of the time, there are cases of rape, and there are so many of them.
Women and girls in Turkana County suffer disproportionately from unintended pregnancies and gender-based violence, and are at a higher risk of contracting sexually transmitted infections, including HIV and AIDS.
I got pregnant when I was in school, but I didn't plan for that. That was unwanted pregnancy. So when you reach to the school there, your mind is at home for the baby. Na uko shule, hawezi lewa kitu. Sasa nimeacha shule, hata sasa sijapata marks nzuri.
The Uniting Towards Gender Equality for the Enjoyment of Women's and Girls' Total Health and Rights project will support and empower girls and women to make healthy choices in their lives with regards to their sexual reproductive health. With adequate access, girls such as alphalate will be able to make autonomous decisions and have healthy sexual and reproductive lives. By providing knowledge, capacity, and economic empowerment, the project will enable young girls and women to decide if and when to have children and under what conditions.
Sasa nimeitwa mzazi na sikuwa natarajia kuitwa mzazi wakati huu. Ingawaje niko na mtoto, hakuna mtu atamshika, lakini nitafanya tu juu na chini. Hata kama kuna pesa kidogo nitapata, nitafanyia biashara ndio at least nitimize ndoto zangu. Chenye nanifanya hata nisirudi shule ni mtoto, hakuna mwenye anaweza baki na yeye.
The project will not only support young girls and women to fully exercise their health rights, including linkages with health and nutritional opportunities that are available, but will also support duty bearers and service providers to offer health and nutritional services that respond to the unique needs of women and adolescent girls, while also improving the environment around them.
For refugee life is hard. Yeah, we face so many challenges. I think there's need to educate our young girls and young boys of using condoms to prevent themselves from getting pregnant and diseases.
Ultimately, this program seeks to break all barriers that exist and prevent women and girls from realizing their health-related rights and overall well-being.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think that themselves and boys to access and also to build their confidence through life skill training so that they are able to access reproductive health services and also enjoy the rights that come with that, while also supporting the responsibility holders and also the service providers to deliver services that respond to those unique needs of the girls and boys in such remote and indigenous setting underserved areas. Thirdly, we will also work together with the society and the community in general to challenge certain norms or existing community practices that probably are creating an environment that is not conducive for the girls to access and fully enjoy their health rights. Particularly, the activities will do 21st century life skill training for the girls. They will also link the girls through male and female champions so that they can also be supported through in-community services that are related to sexual reproductive health and also SGBV issues. We'll also hold gender transformative awareness campaigns within the community through different approaches. We'll also offer gender responsive, environmental and climate sensitive livelihood training skills, like including nutrition and kitchen gardening, and also offer gender responsive environmental initiative that includes peer learning platforms and also technology-based learning platforms for the girls, while also holding mobilization and sensitization and engagement with the community. In general, we'll also strengthen the capacity of the duty bearers and also the girls themselves to demand for and to access and also to be aware of the services that are available that they can take advantage of. So we want to say in general, thank you to the Government of Canada for supporting this project, and we look forward to a successful program that is going to better the lives, just as we have seen from the video. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And there's a lady there, and you were just whispering here. She said something profound, that when she's in school, her mind is back home because there's a child. And I think together addressing the issues of the child 360, of the girls 360, would really go a long way to make sure that when they're in school physically, they're also in school mentally. You agree?
I agree totally. Yes. Whoa, one love, talk about love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Oh, thank you, Canada, for supporting the ladies and ensuring they go to school and ensure they're mentally healthy. Thank you for coming to Tumeona kwa video, together we stand, give thanks and praises to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. One love, talk about love, one heart. Let's get together and Yebo kunjalo, kunjalo, kunjalo. Yebo kunjalo, kunjalo, kunjalo. Yebo kunjalo, kunjalo, kunjalo. Yo. Nikisema Adra, wewe sema care. Adra, care. Adra, care. Nikisema care, wewe sema Adra, care. Adra, care. Adra. Mbona umenyamaza, nataka tuseme wote. Nikisema Adra, wewe sema care. Adra, care. Adra, care. Mbona nikisema care, wewe sema Adra, care. Adra, care. Adra. She soars, ensure that she ensures sexual and reproductive health and economic empowerment. Oh, ensure that she sows where you are. Ensure that she sows everywhere. Nasema together, 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 together tutashinda, together tutashinda. She sows, she sows. In my life and your life, we gotta do this. All right. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. One love. Talk about love. One heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. I can promise you that was unscripted. I was a small whisper here and for the entertainment. Thank you very much, Helen. Next, allow me to welcome the country director, Adra Kenya, Dr. Maureen Miruka, to give us a brief speech. Dr. Miruka, welcome to the podium. Let's give a round of applause as she comes in.
Thank you all for having me here today. And thank you, Helen, for that piece and really going through what She Soars is about. Some of us from certain parts of Kenya, we have significant challenges with pronouncing the full name of She Soars, and you have given me an idea on how to go about it. The head of mission at the Canadian High Commission, the commissioner, the head of international development and cooperation, representatives from the Ministry of Health, from the county governments, our partners that are implementing this program with us, all protocols observed. Here today to give you a short story, actually, because I think the background of the program has been covered. And so I grew up in a western part of Kenya, and my mother was a teacher, or a headmistress as principal, as they called them, back in the day. And what she did, for any girl that was not able to go back home for a reason or another, she took them into our home. And so we called our home, my home, some of us who had been there longer, almost resentfully, Care International. And we would say, one more has come into Care International. And it is now, all the time, when we have forums such as this, when I reflect upon the fact, upon that fact and the role that Care and organizations such as Adra have played through the years in ensuring that girls get second chances. I was touched, by the play here and also the video that sometimes girls drop out of school completely, because of teenage, pregnancies. So what my mother did, I actually remember two cousins of mine and friends of, children of her friends, completing their Form 4 exams from our home, which was her house, which was within the school, just to enable them complete, the exams. And that really is the essence of what She Soars is about and what we are all called here to do as we move forward as implementers of this very important program. We have had from the presentation that Rebecca did, the statistics are grim. 51% of new HIV infections are with the youth, 15 to 24 years of age. The other thing that caught me is that only less than 17% of all our health centers have the needs of the youth included. Then, of course, we saw what COVID did, isn't it? With pregnancies, I don't even know what we are going to do to go that far back in addressing the impact of that. That is why we are here. That is our call to action, to ensure that we give what is due to our adolescents. We pay forward from where we have been and everything that we are going to do into this program. Gender equality is something that we take very seriously at CARE. Our focus is on women and girls, but we call upon men. I am really glad to see that this is one of the forums where we are talking about adolescents and youth and gender issues, and we almost have men in the room, like half-half. And so we are big on engaging men and boys and calling upon men and boys to provide these opportunities. Back to my story, actually. My mother was the third in a family of 10, and she had 2 older brothers, but my grandfather invested significantly in her education because he saw her potential. So if men do not invest in all of these processes, health, education, we would be so far. And so for every man that is here, we also ask you and boys to be the champions for this cause. All of this would not have been possible if the Canadian government had not graciously funded this grant that is going to enable the organizations that are here and our partners to implement this program over the course of 7 years. The other thing that really attracts me to this program, which we want to ensure that at CARE, we use it as a basis for learning. We have programs that are funded for 3, 4, 5-year cycles max, isn't it? What are we going to do within 7 years to even prove to the Canadian government and other donors that 10 years, 13 years makes sense, and we go through a whole project implementation, impact review, course correction, and ensuring that we come out with solid outputs out of a program like this. So thank you again for funding this program. We are grateful. I am sure all the organizations represented here are grateful. I wish this program and all of us as a successful partnership through the years, and for us to have opportunities, to come here and reflect, listen to some music, and just really ensure that we are living true to the values of this program and to our youth. So asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miruka. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much for that story. I think many of us can identify with that story. We know somebody, or we are that somebody who has accommodated a girl or has helped a girl or an adolescent go through life, go through school, and we can look back and tell that, they've made something of themselves. Thank you very much, Dr. Miruka, for that. For Together, representing Adra Kenya, I'd like to welcome Nitin Papachan to give a brief remark, and then welcome the Executive Director, Adra Canada. Welcome. Let's give him a round of applause.
His Excellency, High Commissioner of Canada, distinguished guests, partners, stakeholders, and the community that we serve, I would like to thank you all for being here and also giving me this opportunity to say a few words. And I'm really honored to be part of this program. As we see She Soars, and together we are heading towards some direction. Girls usually are the marginalized groups amongst various cultures and even countries. And I see here a greater emphasis put in, particularly on the health and education aspect of children, and that to girls. Well, a little bit about ADRA. We are a faith-based organization of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, looking to demonstrate God's love, justice, compassion towards the communities we serve. Adra Kenya is a part of a global Adra network consisting of over 118 Adra country offices. We work to change the lives of people in need so profoundly so that they can help themselves and create positive change around them. For more than 2 decades, Adra Kenya has closely partnered with Adra Canada to support many humanitarian and development initiatives across the country. Well, I wouldn't want to say much because I would like to give the other half of the time to my counterpart from Adra Kenya, Canada, Steve Matthew, to come up and say a few words also about this project. But a big thank you to the Canadian government and also the Kenyan government and the communities for allowing us to make a difference in the lives of the people we touch.
Thank you, Nitin, and it's my pleasure to be able to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity, for all of you coming out today as we celebrate the launch of Together and of Soars. It's great to be able to partner here with CARE for this. The Together project is a 6-year project for Gender Transformative Initiative to increase the enjoyment of health-related human rights. Our project will be taking part in Turkana West sub-county, and the total value of the Together project is $32 million. It's going to be going forward in 4 different countries. Of course, the Kenya, as we're here to celebrate the launch here in Kenya today, but also in neighboring Uganda, in Cambodia, and Philippines. Adra Canada is pleased to be able to partner with Adra Kenya. As Nitin had mentioned, we've been working together for over 20 years, bringing together projects across this country. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple of our other partners that are not here with us today. In Canada, we do have a couple of partners, Salanga, which is based in Ottawa, and also Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. I'd also like to, our partners, and without our local and grassroots women's organizations and duty bearers in each target country, we would not be able to go forward with this project. I'd like to acknowledge Global Affairs Canada, and I'd also like to acknowledge the High Commissioner, and want to thank Canada and the High Commissioner and Global Affairs Canada for providing the funding for this project. Without the partnership of the Canadian government, we would not be able to go forward with a project of this magnitude. In Kenya alone, where the value of the project is $7.5 million, and we will be targeting making a difference in the lives of 24,000 adolescent girls, women, and children under 5. You know, when we think about why we are working in Turkana, I think of the video as I was watching and seeing the statement that said that they value livestock over their women. That just breaks my heart to see something like that. And to think that we live in a world where these things occur is something that we have to change. Our motto at Adra, or our purpose at Adra Canada, is to serve humanity so all may live as God intended. And as Nitin had mentioned, we are a faith-based organization. We believe that God does not intend for any woman to have a lower value than livestock. When we look at Turkana region, nearly 30% of girls are married by the time they're age 18. High levels of gender-based violence are accepted, they're social norms, and many believe that they're justified. And there are limited services for survivors of sexual gender-based violence. We want to increase health-related rights. We wish to increase self-confidence of the women and young girls in this area. And we also wish to work in host and refugee settlements as we build bonds in these communities. And then I also would like to just acknowledge the importance of involving the men in this project, because by having male change agents, they can be champions to impact change throughout their community. So once again, I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity. Again, thank you to the Canadian government for this support. And thank you so much, High Commissioner, for hosting us here today.
Thank you very much. We are almost getting to the juicy part of the launch where we get to unveil. So allow me to welcome our host, who will then welcome the representative, Dr. Estella Waiguru from the Ministry of Health. So our host for the Canadian High Commissioner for welcome remarks and a short speech. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Bo. It's lovely to have you here at, I don't know if it's always been called this, but it's my house, so I'm going to call it Canada House. That's what official residences are often called, and it's that because it's actually not my house. I just live here, but you're in a piece of Canada, and I hope you all feel very welcome here. We're thrilled to have you all with us and to be our partners in this very important work. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here to help launch these two projects funded by the Government of Canada and implemented, as you've heard, by our close partners, Adra and CARE. And let me just say, the Government of Canada has a duty to Canadians and Canadian taxpayers to be responsible in how we allocate all of our funds. And we are very stringent in the types of partners we have. And we've worked so closely with Adra and CARE for many, many decades. And they're some of our very, very best partners. And we're all in good hands with partners like that. So it's a pleasure to have you here. And more importantly, even these projects are so important both to Canada and Kenya, focusing on adolescent girls and sexual and reproductive health and rights, which, as you all know, have been neglected for a long time. And yet we know that when we invest in girls and women, especially adolescent girls, it was so great to see the girls here. I see them over in the corner with their very impressive costumes. When we invest in girls, women, and adolescent girls, societies flourish. And, you know, it was so saddening to hear that comment about comparing any human being to livestock. I understand, you know, some history behind this and the thinking that may take place. But of course, every human life is precious. And girls' and women's lives are precious. And not only should they be valued above livestock, but I count myself in this. And many times for us, although we value everybody, they can be valued above men as well for the contribution they make. So we're very, very thrilled to be working with you here. And specifically when young women do not have access to sexual and reproductive health information and services, they are not able to express their needs and wishes related to these services. They find themselves pregnant, married at an early age, out of school, and they're often judged negatively and sometimes abandoned, very sadly, by their families, communities, and peers. Importantly, these initiatives are examples of Canada's commitment to the health, human rights, and well-being of the marginalized, particularly women, adolescent girls, and children around the world as we begin to recover from this long COVID-19 pandemic. And on that note, it's just so wonderful to see you all here together. It's been a long pandemic, and I hope we're coming out of it and that we can continue to socialize like this. I'm also very happy that these projects have the support of the Government of Kenya. Thank you to local government representatives and representatives of the Kenyan government who are here, which has been a leader in championing gender equality at the highest level. And in fact, I had the honor not too long ago to present my credentials to His Excellency, the President of Kenya. And we discussed Kenya's role as a gender champion. And I felt at the very highest level at your head of state, and I know no matter what happens in August, it will continue, that Kenya is very committed to this. I'd like to take this opportunity to again thank CARE International and ADRA who played the leadership role implementing these projects, and to also acknowledge the long-standing partnership, as I've mentioned, that we've enjoyed over the years. Also a big thank you to other partner organizations, whether they're here or not here today, that are involved in making these projects a reality. It is by coincidence that the acronyms, which I've been really interested to hear and figuring out exactly how it all comes together, I think I've got it now, how of the two projects put together send a very strong message for women and girls. Together, she soars. What could be better? That's just so wonderful. And most of you know that all of Canada's international assistance around the world is feminist. So it's such a great fit for us. And many people think this means that Canada, therefore, will only focus its international assistance on women and girls. and we often do, and as we should. But there is a really here. Using a feminist lens simply means that when you look at any context or challenge, you must do some analysis and ask yourself the following. Who is the most disadvantaged in this situation? Who is the most vulnerable? Who is impacted negatively the most? And contribute back to their family and community in the ways they could have. And when a quarter of your population is held back, your country's overall development is held back. It's simple logic. But it doesn't mean men are left out. In fact, and we heard this earlier, the involvement of boys and men is critical. Attitudes about gender, behavior related to sexual and reproductive health are driven by gender stereotypes, both male and female, that create inequality. So as Care and Adra begin to implement these, I'm hopeful that young women will be able to reach their full potential. In fact, I'm more than hopeful. I'm incredibly optimistic after seeing all of you here today. And that they are fully supported by boys, men, and their communities. I wish you success in the project implementation, and thank you for all that you're doing. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So then next is our chief guest representing the Ministry of Health. Representing the head of Department of Family Health, Dr. Estella Waiguru. To give her remarks, let's give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is an honor to be here with you. Your Excellency, High Commissioner, Canada, all protocols observed. I would want to, before giving my speech, if you would allow, that I would acknowledge the presence of a high-level county representative, Honorable Jean Agel. Would you mind coming and saying hello to us? Please. Please give her a hand. She is the CEC, Turkana County.
Thank you very much, my sister, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner, all protocol observed. My name is Jenna Jele. I'm the CC in charge of health, Turkana County Government. I think we are very privileged for being here today and for this project being implemented in Turkana. And it is really a great honor for us as Turkana people. I just wanted to give a brief of what is happening in Turkana. As you know, that issues of gender-based violence are very high in Turkana. One, the issues of gender-based violence in Turkana are very much higher as compared to the national government. Issues of assaults are that 5.7% as compared with the national government, which is 15.7%, which is very high as you see. Issues of rape at Turkana are at 4.6%, while the national level average stands at 12.9%. Then If you see the issues of other issues of sexual abuse are 23.7% in Turkana, while the national average stands at 4.3%. This is an indication that this project will become a game changer for Turkana County in issues of gender-based violence. So we are very grateful for the Canadian government for thinking of Turkana and making sure that they want also to make Turkana ladies to be proud like other women in the rest of the counties in Kenya. So we are very grateful, and we are very sure that this project is coming to change all the injustice that has been done to the Turkana ladies. I know there are drivers of this gender-based violence in Turkana. These are a cultural normalization. They normalize this gender-based violence and say it's not an issue, it will be sorted. Secondly, drug and alcohol abuse are the drivers of this gender-based violence in Turkana. Then cooperation and law enforcement in the drug business. And this one mainly is because of the administration. They need to make it very strong that issues of drug and many other issues are sorted there. The other thing is also in discrimination of women. If you come to Turkana, a lady should not talk. It is the man who will decide what to be done. And that is why you saw in the film that they value animals than women. So that is why we say this project is coming to change Turkana completely. Secondly, the other thing that I wanted to say is lack of reporting of gender-based violence in the county. There are not enough programs which are there. And also, there's a lot of stigma for the ladies. When they go and report this thing, everybody will be pinpointing them that this lady was done this and this. So this is what we know, that this program is coming to save the Turkana ladies. And then the other thing is lack of us. So they cannot even go and report these cases because of lack of awareness. So this program is coming to educate the Turkana ladies to report whenever anything happens to them. So I'm very grateful, and thank you very much for this project. May God bless you and bless Kenya.
Asante sana, Madam Honorable Jane Ajele. On to the speech from the Ministry of Health. We acknowledge that we are here in the residence of His Excellency, Canadian High Commissioner. We also acknowledge that we are here in the presence of other organizations here represented, focused today on Adra and CARE in the joint Kenya projects launch, uniting towards gender equality for the enjoyment of women's and girls' total health and rights together, based in Turkana West Sub-County and Kalobeye Integrated Settlement. And secondly, sexual and reproductive health and economic empowerment, supporting out-of-school girls' rights and skills, dubbed Soars, based in Nairobi, Kajiado, Kisumu, and Siaya counties. As a background, we see adolescents and young people constituting about 24% of Kenya's population in accordance with the Census 2019. And these often experience adverse sexual reproductive health outcomes affecting the social and economic pillar of the country. 18% of pregnancies in Kenya, they occur among girls below the age of 18 years from Kenya Demographic Health Survey 2014. 13,000 girls are forced out of school due to pregnancy. we have heard here that 50% of all new HIV infections occur among 15 to 24-year-olds. This is from the National AIDS and STI Control Program. Kenya HIV counted of girls between the ages of 15 to 24 years have experienced some form of gender-based violence. KDHS 2014, and over 60% of sexual gender-based violence cases reported through the Kenya Health Information System are with girls below the age of 18 years. Our context is such that we have been guided by a policy written in 2015, the National Adolescent Sexual and Reproductive Health Policy. It was a solid and robust policy, but it is time we look at the circumstances that now prevail and provide voices behind these policies. We are seeing gaps in our policy, especially with emerging issues such as COVID-19 and the implication it had and continues to have on ASRH. Kenya needs to address matters sexual reproductive health rights, putting into consideration the major disparities between counties. These disparities can be seen in indicators such as total GBV survivor seen, which demonstrates a spike in 2020, worse for the 12 to 17-year-olds children. Teen pregnancies, adolescents, and youth seeking post-abortal care, and maternal deaths. At the national level, the indicators are telling. Maternal mortality is significantly high at 342 women per 100,000. Having improved, though, we cannot afford to lose any woman. And we can have partial attribution to this mortality due to early pregnancy and complications of the same, which are experienced significantly by adolescents and young persons. Other factors that will be affecting these indicators include education level, urban and rural residents, vulnerabilities, such as persons living with disability, and even income in the family. We continue to see a lot of headway made in the health system, but challenges exist when it comes to access to health services, health facilities, quality of information we collect, governance, health financing. We need to strengthen our health system. Now, what is the government saying here today? The national government leadership on policies, guidelines, and framework development for adolescent and young persons' sexual reproductive health continues to be conducted. We work hand in hand with county governments, partners, and friends to be able to get comprehensive inputs into our policies and guidelines. 2, we recognize adolescents and young persons' sexual reproductive health as a priority focus for our country. We welcome partnerships with stakeholders financial support in the 2 programs here proposed together, and she Soars. We look forward to further engagements. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari, for your time and your remarks. Let's give a round of applause. Remember, you can engage online. The hashtag is together. She Soars. Together is in caps. She in small letters, and then Soars in caps. Together She Soars as the hashtag online. Thank you very much. Now we move to the next stage where we want to officially launch and unveil this. And I want to welcome Dorothy Aseo, the Assistant Country Director from CARE, who will take us through the next program and the cake cutting. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mercy, and distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the presence of the head of mission, the Canadian High Commission in Kenya, our chief guest from the Ministry of Health, that is Dr. Waiguru, all other guests from the county governments, the leads actually from the 2 partners, that is Care Kenya and Adra. This is the moment that actually defines and also calls us to action. And this is a clarion call that this launch signifies the start of this journey. Together we sow. Therefore, it is a reminder, a refuel, that for us to reap the demographic that comes actually with adolescent, which is actually a triple benefit, that investing in adolescents will ensure that they're able to develop currently to their full potential, have their families in the near future developing also to their full potential, and also the 2nd and 3rd generations that they're going to influence, reaping from the benefits we are investing in right now. Therefore, we want to thank the Canadian government for unveiling the opportunity and the resources for both Adra and CARE to be able to support and actually invest in the adolescents in this country at this moment. And we've had, this is a journey. It is not an event. It's a journey for the next 7 years. Therefore, we are looking at a very, very deliberate investments to have the 2 directors from Adra and Care Kenya to just step forward as we actually launch and unveil these 2 projects together. Therefore, kindly come to the front for the process. Thank you.
Congratulations, Adra. Congratulations. Congratulations, Adra and Kea. Congratulations. Manze mumesapoti wademu, yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations, yeah. Congratulations. Tunangoja msonge mbele. Congratulations. Congratulations. Tunangoja mu unveil. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. Hey. Congratulations. Congratulations.
So, in the next 5 seconds, we will be able to unveil the journey that is ahead of us for the next 7 years. Therefore, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we start soaring together.
Adra, 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 Adra. Congratulations. Asanteni sana kwa support yenu. Congratulations. Oh, together. Congratulations. Oh, together. Congratulations. Oh, together. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And together we soar. And as the African community, we do actually blend our commitments through food. And this food actually is signified in this launch through the cake that actually we've been able to prepare. Therefore, I will call upon all the guests that I have just required them to come in front to move at the far end to be able to support in cutting of the cake. Yes. Thank you.
Songea karibu na cake.
Okay, just yeah, for a photo, please. Oh.
Acheni tupige picha. Acheni tupige picha. Hiyo picha poa. Baadaye tukule keki. Baadaye tukule keki. Hiyo keki tamu. Oh, keki. Hiyo keki tamu. Wacha tutapeka selfie. Tuchapeka selfie, hiyo selfie poa. Usitusahau, usitusahau, hiyo selfie poa. Songeni karibu na keki. Songeni karibu na keki. Tukule keki tamu. Manze tuna meza mate. Tuna meza mate. Ya hiyo keki tamu. Keki inasoma she soars. Keki inasema she soars. Hiyo keki tamu. Keki inasema together. Inasema together. Hiyo keki tamu. Keki ni ya white. Keki ni ya white. Hiyo keki tamu. Pia kuna red. Pia kuna red. Hiyo keki tamu. Kateni hiyo keki. Kateni hiyo keki tamu. Kata kubwa. kubwa kubwa, kata kubwa kubwa, hiyo keki. Kata keki, kata, tunangoja keki kubwa, kata kubwa kubwa, tunangoja kubwa, kata kubwa kubwa, tunangoja keki. Wanameza mate, wanameza mate, tunameza mate, tunameza mate. Hospitalist anameza mate, anameza mate, MC anameza mate, anameza mate, wadada wanameza mate, mate, Sofia anameza mate, anameza mate, na wewe je mate, tunaona kimeza mate, hata mimi nameza mate, sote tunameza mate, tunangoja keki hiyo mate, tunameza nini mate, tunangoja keki mate, tunameza nini mate, wadada je mate, wanameza nini mate, wababa je mate, wanameza nini mate, tunameza mate, tunameza mate, cameraman pia anameza mate, anajifanya hapa kwamba anachukua picha kubwa, lakini anameza nini mate, anameza mate, wale warembo Waturkana pia hao wanameza mate, kata hiyo keki, kata tunangoja keki, kata hiyo kata tunangoja keki, tunangoja ukate keki, tunangoja Waturkana wanakuja kukula keki, wanachezea hiyo keki, wana tunangoja keki, tunaichezea keki, tuna celebrate. Kwenda chini kwa chini, songa chini we, kata chini we, teremuka, wapi vigelegele ya shangwe. Wapi makofi shangwe na vigelegele.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that entertaining cake cutting. We'd like to move quickly to the vote of thanks, and then we can continue with the party. Allow me to disrupt this, but I think our camera crew would like one more photo. So I think before our chief guest and the head of mission leave will do that photo. So allow me that we do the vote of thanks, and then we'll get back to the celebrations. All right. I'd like to welcome Tabitha Dulo from Adra Kenya, the finance director, and Dorothy Aseo from CARE, to quickly give a vote of thanks, and then we'll do the photo shoot. I know the camera team would like to get some good photos from the chief guest, right? And the head of mission. So we'll quickly do the vote of thanks, and then we'll do that, and then we'll get to the cake again. Tabitha?
Your Excellency, the High Commissioner, the chief guest, and all our invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my privilege to offer thanks on this very special occasion. And I take this opportunity on behalf of Adra and CARE to thank you so very much for your presence and participation today in this occasion. Thank you very much, all the speakers that have stood on this podium today. My heart is warmed to know that the adolescent girls, women and youth in Turkana, Nairobi, Kajiado, Kisumu, and Siaya have real support around them. And I would also want to take this opportunity to thank the team from Adra and CARE, led by Eric and John, for the logistical arrangements for this occasion. You have done a wonderful work. We thank you for that. And because my colleague, Dorothy from CARE, will also be giving thanks, I want to take this opportunity to quote a renowned writer. She says this: "The greatest want of this world is the want of men, men who will not be bought or sold, men who in their inmost souls are true and honest, men who do not fear to call wrong by its name, men whose conscience is true to duty as the needle to the pole, men who will stand for the right though the heavens fall." So before me, I see those men and women. I would like to truly thank you for being part of the change that we stand for, and for being there for our adolescent girls and women and boys. Thank you, everyone, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our partner from Adra, and all protocols observed. I want to take this opportunity also to pass a vote of thanks to all the distinguished guests that have been able to grace this occasion. And as we've said, that this is the beginning of soaring together. Therefore, it's a clarion call for us to be able to have that allyship, to continue actually investing in our partnerships, and to continue working together for the good cause of the adolescents in this country. I therefore will take this opportunity to call upon these guests, the following guests, to come in front, because we want to acknowledge and say a big appreciation to them as we come to the end of this occasion. I'll call upon the representative who will be able to pick the gift pack to the Canadian High Commission, then the directors of the two organizations, that is Adra and Adra Kenya. Then we also have the adolescents that came over from the different counties that we've been implementing these projects, the chief of party, Soars, and also the Adra Canada team. Therefore, kindly just make your way in front so that we could acknowledge and also appreciate your being together with us. Thank you very much. And the cameramen, please be on standby as we capture the moments to be able to take those particular memorable events for us in this particular launch. Therefore, we'll call upon the presenters to just be able to give the gift packs. John, kindly.
John.
Helen, give us a piece.
How many kids tuti karenge Yeshuki gungan karenge Nadaragedom danana nadaragedom danana Oh nadaragedom danana nadaragedom danana nadaragedom danana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adra Kenya.
Kama wewe ni adolescent, hata wewe kuja mbele. Adolescents wote wakuje mbele. Adolescents tunawangoja mkuje mbele. Adolescents tunashangilia nyinyi mbele. Nataka mchukue zawadi mukismaila. Oh yo, oh yeah yo, olele yo, oh yeah yo, olele yo, Ariya boranda binda boy, Ariya boranda binda boy, Ariya boranda binda boy. Ah, sudayo la yo. Ariya boranda binda boy, Ariya boranda binda boy, Ariya boranda binda boy. Ah, sudayo la yo.
Thank you very much, and we take this opportunity to just tell you that is a small gift that we are appreciating the effort that we'll be investing together in this partnership. Thank you so much, and back to Dr. Masi.
Thank you very much. I know the camera crew needed more photos. I hope you are now okay. Do you need more photos? It's too long. Okay. The young people can come in front. Yeah. The younger people can come in front.
Dr. Masi tunashukuru. Dr. Masi tunashukuru. Dr. Masi weni MC. Dr. Masi weni. Twashukuru sana, twashukuru sana, twashukuru. Dr. Masi endelea sana. Dr. Masi endelea. Dr. Masi, Dr. Masi, Dr. Masi tunashukuru. Down at Nile, Ogero, Aya, Amerisco, Aya, Echele, down at Nile, Awakabile, Ogero, Aya, Amerisco, Ogero, Aya, Echele. Aya, Echele. Aya, Echele. Down at the lake, Ogero. Aya, get on. Sakina, get on. Mane tamyani, tam amote tamzabike, tam atonge tamzabike, tam amote tamzabike. Mane tamyani, tam amote tamzabike, tam atonge tamzabike, tam amote tamzabike. Mane tamyani, ubaya. Ngani bara tegemos, Lorila kiri wa tegeno, esakina mwadikeno, mane tamiani nyane, tam 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 amote tam zabike, tam tam amote tam zabike, tam 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 amote tam zabike, tam tamiani nyane. Monana, Oguna yes Mario Guo the Noyone Monana, Oguna Bara, Hanini, Hanini, Modenoyone, Pasoka Duda, Hanini, Hanini, Modenoyone, Oguna yes Mario Guo the Noyone. Monana, yana dide tigo como de noyone monane. Oguna gesi Mario como de noyone monane. Oguna dide tigo como de noyone monane. Oguna bere hanini, hanini mo de noyone monane. Asoka duda hanini, hanini mo de noyone monane. Aduri aike, waivu agatea. Mama, Amerigode, Lion Boyge, Hilly Boyge, Umama, Amerigode, Aduline Mogatete, Ogidio, Aduline Mogatete, Ogidio, Aguline Mogatete, Ogidio, Ogidio, Wamati. Odianga kiga baga shu 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 shu